Good afternoon, everybody. It is so good to be back. It took a little bit longer than anticipated because the morning, maybe even the day before the marathon, I started to feel a little bit of scratchiness in my throat, and I thought, oh no, I'm gonna get sick, and then I'm not gonna be able to run the half marathon. Well, I did make it and I had a good race and it was fun and just so good to be a part of the Houston Aramco half marathon. My buddy Marlon got his full marathon in. He learned a lot and we are actually planning to run the half together next year. We're also recruiting some people. So if you're interested in doing that, hit me up and we'll talk about planning and all of that stuff as far as training. It's a long way away right now, but you need to get your spot because they fill up fast. But I'd love for you to run with us. We want to run as a group. It's always so fun. Right now, I'm outside in my community, and as you can see, the sun is shining, the air is cool and crisp, the wind is blowing, planes are flying, cars are passing by. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful time. And so, if you get a chance to get outside, go take a walk, just do something outside to enjoy this beautiful weather. Sit in a park, maybe read a book, talk to a friend, call somebody you haven't talked to in a while, catch up, things like that. And so, what I want to talk to you about really quickly today, I want to share with you a quick story on, in fact, it happened today, this morning. I was on the way to church and I'd already walked the dogs. I actually did go to a park and I walked the dogs, and it was a beautiful, beautiful time with the dogs. And I may even show you some pictures from that time. But you know, I'm headed to church, and all of a sudden I look behind me in my mirror, and the person behind me was so close to me that I could not even see their hood, and they were kind of like doing this, you know, trying to get around me. And let's just say that my angels were a little bit behind me because I was, you know, going faster than the speed limit, like probably more than I should have been. And so for her to even be like pushing me to go faster, like she was going way too fast to be safe. And then so she whips around me, and you know, I noticed that there are kids in the car, and she's clearly not in a good place because she's, you know, like throwing her arms in the air, and she almost hit one of the cars up ahead as she was trying to get around that car. And you know, I thought, man, you know, whatever she's going through, I'm really sorry that there's something that's obviously bothering her, and this is how she's expressing her anger and trying to deal with and process, not really expressing but processing what she's going through. And it reminded me about the things that I'm learning about through my course about mental health issues, that we learn certain ways to respond to different events and different trauma in our lives. And the important thing is that we learn very healthy, very wise ways to respond to what happens to us in our lives. I was going over a portfolio that I made a couple of years ago when I applied to be Teacher of the Year at Kempner. And one of the quotes that I put in there that I'll live by is that, and I'm not even sure where I picked it up, it's certainly not original from me, so I just want to share it with you. It says, it's not what happens to you that's most important, but how you respond. And learning how to respond well with wisdom and with truth is so helpful. And honestly, my heart broke a little bit for that woman because I don't know what was compelling her to literally hit probably 90 miles an hour on Highway 6 with kids in the back. But she was obviously not happy with what was going on in her life. And I hope and I really pray that, in fact, I prayed for her, that, you know, she would be able to calm down and you know, not put her life, her kids' lives, and other drivers' lives in danger, you know, as she was commuting. So, you know, whatever you find in your life, maybe it's a work situation with a family member, think about how you respond, and respond well, respond with wisdom. It doesn't mean to push aside your emotions. That's not what I'm saying at all, and that's not what I'm learning as I read. I'm learning that we need to be completely honest about how we feel. If it's anger, that's okay. We're angry for a reason. But as the scriptures tell us, like, don't let our anger cause us to sin, but to use it in a way that brings about justice, that brings about goodness, that brings about something that's helpful and right, and to use our kindness and use our generosity in ways that are helpful, because sometimes we can, even being generous, like, you can give somebody something that ends up being harmful to them because they didn't need it. And so being wise when we're generous with people, that's being helpful. That's thinking about our response to a situation. So anyway, I just wanted to encourage you with that word. I hope it's helpful. And again, it's so good to be back on a beautiful day. I'm actually going to try to watch some football later on. I may even try to go to a park again. We actually do have some tough things going on in our family. Whoa. So the camera just almost fell over there. But anyway, real quickly, a family member passed away. And I don't really want to go into all the details or anything, but if you could, say a prayer for us, and as we process the grief and all of that, I would greatly appreciate that. But anyway, again, it's good to be back, and I'm planning to post at least once a week, and I hope these words are helpful to you and encouraging to you. And by the way, I did fire up my blog at brianprice.org, and I'm going to be posting these videos there as well. I'm going to be writing a little bit, just short little things that come up along the way to encourage you. And go out there and have a good week. Be kind. Love those around you. Love yourself. Take care of yourself so that you can be your best for others. All right. Until next time.